Let's get into it. Sold Not For Sale podcast. Coach Colin here. We got Joe Biden just taking his legacy, and he's like, is this the legacy? And everybody's like, yeah, what are you doing? He's like, where's the garbage? Where is it? Did it get in? Is it in? Good. Throwing his legacy out into the garbage. That is what he's doing right now as he gives a host of presidential medals of freedom to a whole star-studded list of elite demons. Oh, you thought I was going to say celebrities? No. Just elite demons he's giving these awards out to. I'm going to be showing you a bunch of people he's giving awards out to and then what certain people think of him. And of course, I'm going to throw some Joe Rogan in there, some Elon Musk in there. But let's start at the top. The one you never expected. Because why would you do this?
Stepping on behalf of George Soros is Alex Soros. The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to George Soros. Born into a Jewish family in Hungary, George Soros escaped Nazi occupation to build a life of freedom for himself and countless others around the world. Educated in England, he settled in America as he became an investor and philanthropist, supporting key pillars of open societies, rights and justice, equity and equality, freedom now and in the future. His inspiring generosity reminds us all of our capacity and our obligation to stand up to the abuse of power and to be guardians of democracy and all people yearning to be free.
Imagine if they did this for real, just like George Soros, he's eroded democracy around the world. Every country that he gets his hands into erodes from the inside out. Thousands, maybe even millions of citizens have seen a worse quality of life because this man exists. When he was young, he walked around with Nazis. He would watch as they took away land and houses from Jewish people, and he watched them march off more than likely to their death. That's George Soros, ladies and gentlemen. Traded against the British pound, causes collapses throughout nations. Like what? He's the human equivalent of a nuclear bomb. George Soros. Absolutely crazy that Biden would do this. We all know Joe Rogan has been very vocal, but not just him, Elon Musk as well. I'm going to play some Joe Rogan clips, him talking about George Soros, and I'm also going to play a little bit of Elon Musk talking about how George Soros hates humanity. Let's start with this clip, though.
How old is George Soros?
It's a good question.
Yeah. He's like a vampire, right?
I had a conversation with the governor of Texas about him, with Greg Abbott, where he was explaining to me what George Soros does, and it's fucking terrifying. That he donates money to a very progressive, very leftist, whether it's a DA or whatever politician, and then funds someone who's even further left than them to go against them, and just keeps moving it along. So he's playing like a global game, and that he enjoys doing it.
Yeah, he enjoys doing it, but it's telling, right? He understood early on where you wanted to seize power. Right, and that's we sometimes think, I'm gonna a senator that's the pinnacle of success. Well, it's not really. It's the DAs and it's the state level politicians.
Right,
so that's where real change occurs and where things can happen, and before you know it, it's like what the fuck.
Or real corrosion.
Or real corrosion. Right.
That's what's scary. Is it seems like he funds corrosion. It's like he wants these cities to fall apart. He wants crime to flourish. It's almost like he's an evil person in a Batman movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he made his real fortune by almost busting the Bank of England, right? So he's not. Yeah, this guy is not. He's not out there for truth and justice.
And he's got to be deep into his 80s.
Oh, it's 92.
92. So you got to wonder, what keeps that guy motivated?
How old?
Man, that is amazing. I love that George Soros is so bad. Let's just move on to the next clip. Elon Musk here talking about him. Jewish people don't even claim him anymore. They're like, whoa. Not that guy. They're like, we love Israel, But this guy, no, he's in a different category, which, you know what? That's what a lot of us have to do with certain billionaire. I call them demon elite. They're a little above the elites. You know, you got people who are like titans of industry, and then you have the demon elite. They're like right above. And we have to start pushing those people aside. You can't look at him and be like, but that's a black guy. It's Diddy. It's like, no. He's a different category. George Soros, different category. Push those guys aside. Don't back those guys just because they come from the same cultural background as you. Elon Musk on George Soros right here.
And Soros, I don't know. I mean, he had a very difficult upbringing. In my opinion, he fundamentally hates humanity. That's my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, well, he's doing things that erode the fabric of civilization. You know, getting DAs elected who refuse to prosecute crime. That's part of the problem in San Francisco and LA and much other cities. So why would you do that?
Was it humanity, or is it just the United States as a whole? I mean,
he's pushing things in other countries too,
not
just
here.
Same thing. Yeah. Now, George at this point is pretty old. I mean, he's not. You know, he's basically a bit senile at this point. But I mean, he's very smart. And he's very good at arbitrage. You know, famously, he shorted the British pound. That's sort of how I think he made his first money, was shorting the pound. So he's good at spotting, basically arbitrage, like spotting value for money that other people don't see. So one of the things he noticed was that that the value for money in local races is much higher than it is in national races. So the lowest value for money is a presidential race. Then next lowest value for money is a Senate race, then a Congress, and but once you get to sort of city and state district attorneys, the value for money is extremely good. And Soros realized that you don't actually need to change the laws, you just need to change how they're enforced. If nobody chooses to enforce the law, or the laws are differentially enforced, it's life-changing.
Elon Musk telling him, imagine Elon Musk was the one giving that presentation. Elon Musk has the medal, and in my opinion, fundamentally hates humanity. Your father. Here you go, son. You want me to just hold it? You want to put it on? You probably shouldn't give this to him. You know that, right? I don't know. Keep it in a drawer somewhere. That'd be my best guess. You know what? We shouldn't even give it to you. Let's just keep this one. Let's give this one to Donald Trump. When's Donald Trump getting one of those? You know what I mean? Let's move on to the next clip. Joe Rogan talking about George Soros a little more. Then we're going to move on to the next person who Joe Biden gave a medal to. Oh, should I even say the name? Oh my gosh. Listen, let's just listen to this first.
Interesting.
I think you're right. I mean,
Elon's openly said he thinks that guy hates humanity. Like that.
It appears that way.
That is a wild thing to say. It's such a wild thing to say. And it's such a wild thing to do, like a supervillain in a Batman movie. Like some billionaire guy who likes to hire the most progressive district attorneys that's going to let people out of jail and then fund the next person who's more to the left of that person and just keep pushing it, keep pushing it, keep pushing it until you get tents everywhere, violence in the streets, you know?
He's done a damn good job.
Sean Ryan did not know what to say throughout that whole podcast. Joe Rogan put Sean Ryan through the JRE, through the Joe Rogan experience pretty well there. And let's just have another one just to hit it home real quick. This is just briefly talking about the fact that George Soros bought 200 radio stations in the United States. Unprecedented move. Expedited process for no reason other than he is who he is, I guess. They don't usually allow people to do it. They never allow people to do it as fast as he did. People tried to stand up to it, but how about that? There were some Democrats who just said, you know what? Let's just allow this. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm not even shocked anymore. Something crazy happens. There's some lawlessness in the city. I'm like, it's just a Democrat? Of course. That's fine. I understand. Oh, I get it. No. Of course. Because it's racist? Is it because it's racist? It is, right? And it's misogynist? Of course. Sexist too? That's right. Anyway.
I mean, the guy's so wealthy, I don't think he really cares about a good investment. You
Also,
know, I
he's
think
so old.
Just wants a megaphone.
He wants to. He's he likes to manipulate governments. He likes to manipulate society. I think he thinks it's like his version of a video game.
Yeah.
You know? I think he genuinely seems to enjoy it.
Yeah,
It's really interesting.
I think you're right.
Here is your war today. It seems that your father likes to manipulate societies and hates humanity, and he seems like an evil person from a movie. Here you go, son. That would have been a way better intro. Way better. But let's move on, because Biden had some awards to give out to the best in our society. Who do you think is next?
Hillary Rodham Clinton.
You know, I know that sounds like cheers, but it's actually just a bunch of horrified people. It sounds like it's cheering, but there's a bunch of people that are like, they're all scared for their lives in all red. It never means it means something way different. When Jill Biden wears all red to the voting poll, you're like, oh, she votes for Trump. When Hillary walks up in all red, you're like, oh God, oh Father, keep us safe. That's what you should be doing, at least.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to Hillary Rodham Clinton. Hillary Rodham Clinton is guided by the Methodist Creed, do all the good you can in all the ways you can. As a lawyer, she defended the rights of children. As First Lady,
There's a joke there that I can make, and I'm not even going to make it. It's too dark. It's way too dark. Hillary Clinton, ladies and gentlemen, that is who Biden decided to give this medal to. I wish they did it properly. Like, Hillary Clinton. Anybody who opposes you, you accuse of being a Russian agent. You destroyed so many emails, more emails than any of us in this room could possibly count. More than any of us even have in this room. Should be in jail, avoided it at all costs, and you want to re-educate Trump supporters.
Very strong partisans in both parties in the past, and we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen. And how do you?
Something needs to happen. I mean, all these people are just doing what they feel is right, and they're just exercising their rights to vote for and support whoever they want. And at some point, we have to round them up and deprogram them. Am I right? Am I right here? Am I wrong? It's funny actually hearing her say that. I knew I was going to play that clip, but just thinking about where Trump is now versus when she actually said that. Oh, this medal here that she's getting. Oh, that's not doing anything for her. Knowing that Donald Trump is about to be president, all those cases she was talking about are falling apart. All those people who she thought she'd get deprogrammed and reprogrammed are now just waiting for their president to get inaugurated. Oh, it's a sad day for her. But let's move on. There's more in terms of who's getting these medals. Let's hear this one.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to José Andrés. From his parents' kitchen in Spain, José Andrés arrived in America with little money and big dreams. Over the course
And one of those dreams was to be pictured with Trump's would-be assassin, Ryan Ruth. That was one of his big dreams. You know, it's a whole list of people that all were against Trump. That's what you can notice. It's not that these people were about freedom. It's not that these people were for the citizens. You know, even people are talking about Denzel, but I mean, at the same time, Denzel got a medal, and a lot of people are like, you know, he deserves it the most out of anybody, and, you know, that could be true.
I kissed a man.
Okay, whatever. Never mind.
I kissed a man.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why it's.
I kissed a man.
Oh,
no, they cut
goodness.
it.
What? Are you kidding?
You see me kissing the hands and stuff?
Yeah.
No.
You actually made out with them.
I didn't make out with them.
With
a
the
dry
Empress.
kiss.
A dry kiss.
A dry
Okay,
kiss it
right.
was.
Not. So it wasn't tongues, but it was.
No, he thought for too long. No, we're gonna move along. We're gonna move along. He thought for too long. So I'm just saying, this list of people that got these medals. Hey, that's not edited. He's talking about his new movie he's in, Gladiator 2, and he's talking. And here's the thing. You're an actor. You kiss a guy. Okay. They cut it from the movie. Hey man, you don't have to tell anybody. They cut it. None of us would know. Why are you telling everybody? What's going on? Anyway, it's fine. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying. Didn't have to tell a soul. It's cut from the movie. It's okay. None of us even. There's so many of us that we didn't want to hear it. But, you know, it's a whole list of people that have either been against Trump or they embrace this far leftist ideology, you know, right down to the alphabet soup. And it's just, it was interesting to see, you know. Last one I'll bring up here.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to Jane Goodall. From war-torn England to the jungles of Tanzania, Dr.
To the WEF giving a speech about why there should be more, there should be less people on the planet and advocating for depopulation. She has been everywhere in the world, touched on everything. You know, a lot of people will like her. A lot of people might disagree with the fact that I'm bringing her up. But, you know, when I saw her in the WEF and she was talking about how there should be less people in the world and how we're a problem, that ideology to me is just so backwards, so wild. Again, it was just a whole list of people, you know, José Andrés, Bono, Ashton Baldwin Carter, Hillary, Michael J. Fox, Tim Gill, Jane Goodall, Fannie Hummer, Magic Johnson, Robert F. Kennedy. Would have been so good to see Robert F. Kennedy's father get honored and have RFK Jr. be the one to accept it on his behalf. Why wouldn't they do that? That just makes the most sense. Ralph Lauren, Lionel Messi. I gotta say, I'll just say George W. Romney, David M. Rubenstein, George Soros, Denzel Washington, Anna Wintour. But I just got to go back up to Messi. Messi's the star of the whole thing because apparently Messi didn't show up. I was just reading this. I don't know if it's true. There was no way I was going to watch that whole thing. I'm sorry. I do a lot for you guys, but I won't do that. But apparently he did not show up. And if that's true, you get the W. Didn't even send anybody to get it on his behalf. Means he doesn't even want it. He said, keep it. He said, don't worry. I'm good. What are you doing? I'm playing with a soccer ball. Just tell him I'm playing with a soccer ball or something. Didn't even explain why he wasn't there. Big W. Out of all these people, you know, maybe you guys have heard Michael J. Fox say something wild about Trump or this or that. But I haven't. So right now, until, you know, I'm informed of different by you guys, I think he's the most deserving of this out of the whole list. I got to be honest. And then a close second is obviously George Soros. I mean, I mean, come on. Out of all of them, I think we're all happiest that George Soros got a medal. I mean, if anyone deserves it, right? Anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you guys that Biden just doing weird things with his legacy, man. It's very odd legacy Biden has, you know? Seems like at times he was messing with Kamala Harris. Then it seems like at times he's sending middle fingers to Obama. It just, I don't know. It's almost like he's just like, F everybody. You got all you guys. He's like, F Trump. He's like, man, you were fighting against me. F you. He goes, my wife, you're doing Weekend at Bernie's with me. F you. His son, he's like, oh yeah, look at you. F you. Kamala, he's like, get out of here. I didn't even want you as my vice president. He's just Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi. He's just like, F all you guys. He's like, I got 8 months tops. I'll do what I want. Where's George Soros? I'll give him a medal. You want 2? Hey, tell your Messi didn't show up. Tell your dad he can have 2, okay? You wear 1. And give me $100 million. You have any? You gave Kamala, not me. Get out of here, kid. Oh, man. That's how I think he talks behind closed doors. I think he shakes off that old guy persona. I think he goes behind closed doors and he's like, oh, God. Whew. Anybody have any bourbon? I think that's how he operates. I'm kidding. He's very senile. It's very sad. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and let this be a lesson to all of you. With this list of people that have received this medal, you could one day be on this list. As long as you cause as much destruction to democracy as you possibly can, lie, cheat, and steal, you could be on that list one day. I'm out.